There we go. We went that way. Okay, so we accidentally went to Twitch on this by accident. I wanted to go to YouTube, but I'm your host, hashtag Liizen, of course, and I'm here with the lovely Brittany today.
Hello.
And we will be doing an overview for what's it called? The Raintime.
Yes.
If you have not watched me streaming this game, you should probably go do that. I'll put a link in the description below. So chapter 1 is idle drinking. So our main character, William, has these drunken impulses in the beginning of the story. He's drunk every second of the day. He's probably thinking about drinking while at school. We don't know. So there's a scene, the diner scene in the beginning of the game where, this has spoilers. Again, if you have not seen the game, don't listen to us. Just go watch me and then come back. If you just want to see the first chapter, it's like the first 2 episodes is chapter 1.
Yeah, put that in there.
Yeah. So, in the diner scene, there's these 2 guys, gamers, hard workers, and our main character, William, sees them, and he's like, kind of poking his own fun judgment towards them in a very ignorant manner. Luckily, the things he was saying, he did not say aloud. As in his mind, he's just talking real bad shit about these 2 guys. He doesn't realize he's laughing, and one of the guys, his name is Corey, is watching him laugh at them while they're playing this video game. So upon him approaching, he's basically cussing the main character out. Like, am I fucking funny to you? What the fuck is your problem? So my first question will be on my nice little plate. You guys can't see it, so I'll probably cut this to show you the bigger picture of this. Question 1. Have you ever lied to avoid trouble with someone you did not know?
Honestly, I do work in, like, my job kind of requires me to sometimes tell lies, I guess. So a lot of the time if we're out of something or if I don't want to make that item, I'll be like, oh, we're out of this. And I kind of feel bad for doing that, but it's like, especially if it's super late at night, you don't want to make, like, certain items, right? Especially if you're waiting on something. If you're waiting 4 minutes for something to be fried, you don't want to, you have your times be super high. So
you just want to go home.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, that does occur. But I'm not telling you guys where I work because you're not getting.
It's the CIA.
I wish it was.
You have to say that. She's lying right now.
It would be a lot more money.
Me personally, have I ever lied? To avoid trouble? More than likely, my fair share. Let's see, something off the top of my head. Jeez, there's so many instances. I was approached by a cop when I was in high school. I seen some kids doing some dumb, crazy crap, and I was a witness. Technically, I witnessed it. And the cop comes up to me, and he's, I see you're here. What did you see? Did you see anything? This is what transpired. You're possibly our only lead to convict these kids. And me being me, no, I didn't see anything, officer. Knowing damn well I did.
You were innocent.
I was innocent.
Yeah.
All I know is that I didn't want to say something and incriminate myself. I wasn't sure what I was going to incriminate myself of, but I just said no. I should have said yes, because had I said something, sadly, one of the other kids at the school actually got stabbed by those congruent asshole children. And because of my assholeness and lack of saying something and doing something and being proactive, caused somebody else to get hurt. So,
It's a little bit different than my story.
Very different. So in the case of our friend William here, you just gotta watch what you say, how you say it. I mean, we live in America, freedom of speech, but that does not prevent you from being in trouble based on what you say. You are free to say whatever you want, but just know there are consequences to the shit that you say and sometimes the shit that you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like a lot of people don't actually think of that.
Yeah.
They just blurt.
Just do it, because that's what the hell I did.
I'm like that too, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially if you're like in a heated argument. Like, we fight.
Yeah.
All the time.
I've never met her before. Yeah. So sometimes, there are instances where you say shit that you really should not, and then you think back 5-10 minutes later, or even later in the night, like, oh shit, why did I say that? I should have done that.
And a lot of the times, like, it could be something you don't even mean to say, or don't even mean. It just came out of your mouth, It
just jumped out there.
Yeah.
And in the instance of William, he lied. He starts talking about, I wasn't laughing at you guys. I was thinking of a joke in my head, and he starts spouting about Dippin' Brock and a DJ, shit that probably didn't even happen, because as you're playing the game and you're reading through this stuff, you've never witnessed what he's talking about actually happen. So we don't know if he lied because he was being approached by technically a stranger, right, who in his head he was talking mad shit about. So we don't know if it was a case of self-defense in his mind. Like, this guy's coming at me. Holy shit, I was kind of talking shit about him, and now he's approaching me. What do I say? So in his own way of defending himself, he told a bunch of bullshit.
Right. And then it also goes for, like, in this situation, obviously, if you're talking shit about somebody, it's not okay to begin with, because you don't know what that person's going through. So I think he deserved to get punched a few times.
Oh yeah, there's many instances William needs his ass whooped. He says a lot of things that he shouldn't, which brings us to the next question 2. So during that episode, or that part of the game, if you've seen it, part 1 and 2, you realize our friend William has a drinking problem. He's this college kid. He's supposed to be attending the lectures. He's really starting to slack off the further you play along. And you're reading this, you realize he's not all there. The further you go into this game, you start to realize there's a lot of loose ends. And one of them is him going through this drunken phase, and he ends up having to walk from Ryberry all the way to the other side of this town, to get to the pub with his friends. So within that, one, it's the equivalent of walking God knows how far. Think of wherever you are in your city or your country to one of the next biggest cities or country area. We're talking maybe 5 to 10 miles this guy walked. Probably further than that for all we know. But he gets there in a few hours. So then the next question becomes, have you ever gotten so drunk you lost track of time, or done something you do not remember?
Well, I don't know about the do not remember thing, because obviously I don't remember it.
Well,
are you talking about like if someone people else, telling me that
say,
okay,
oh, you did this, wow, you were turned up, or whatever the kids say these days?
A lot of the time when I was in high school, when we would party and stuff, everybody high school. There was a couple instances that we got pretty messed up. And we actually rented a hotel room without even remembering we rented a hotel room. We woke up and it was like, where are we now?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, were we that messed up that we don't remember? And the hotel that we went to was like one of those ones that you don't need no credit card or whatever. It's actually downtown in St. Paul. So if anybody that lives in Minnesota, that lives in St. Paul, that knows this hotel downtown in St. Paul, you guys know that it's pretty shady place. So I'm pretty sure there was things that happened that night that probably none of us remember, but I do know that we were really drunk. And the only thing I do remember is that we got on a bus.
You remember the transportation.
And my friend put $20 in the bus for all of us to ride the bus. And if you guys know, buses don't give change. So it was only like 5 of us. So she spent a lot of money on the bus that night.
It's a lot of free coffee there.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun.
How if you don't remember?
I remember some of it.
Oh, those are the parts you can't tell. Gotcha.
I mean, clearly it was a fun night because we rented a hotel room.
Yeah.
And there was like 5, 6 of us. And we rode the bus from Sunray to downtown. It was fun. It was a good time.
That's good. I can't say my experience doing that is as fun, but I woke up next to somebody else I barely knew. Yeah, I
can't say I've ever done that.
It was my early 20s. I first learned about what mixing Mad Dog, what was it? It was another hard liquor and like all these different wines. We were like, oh yeah, let's do a taste test. And you know, I just met her and I was like, okay, well, all right. You know, I mean, how else do you break the ice with somebody you just met?
Right.
You know, you tend to go out for a movie or whatever. We skipped the movie. We skipped the dinner, went straight back to my grandmom's house, and we sat down and we were like, you know what?
Your grandma's house.
To my grandmother's house. And said,
oh, no.
yeah, let's get some drinks. And I'm okay. State Store's right around the corner. You know, in Philly, if you know where Alany Ave is, then fuck yeah, the Alany Ave. Go out there, get your shit, go back home, and the last thing I remember was asking her to teach me how to kiss. That was it. That was it. It was lights out for me. You know, I don't know if I even got anything out of that situation. I do know that when I woke up, I was the only one butterball naked in the middle of the floor. There was nobody home, not even my grandmother.
Well, that's a good thing.
I hope so. I just know that if any images surface on the internet eventually of me ass naked on the floor, then you already know. And if you guys see it, report it and get it deleted. I'd appreciate that. Yeah. My ass is my own. I mean, it's kind of nice, but you know, as far as a guy's ass could be, I guess. But it's my ass, okay?
Sorry, my glasses keep falling down, you guys. I have to get them like readjusted
so they're tight. Tape on mine,
so they're tighter because they keep falling down.
Yeah.
Like, look how loose they are. So you guys probably keep seeing me like touch my glasses, but that's why. Because
it's okay. Probably a lot of the guys watching this are anime nerds, so they know that the bad guys always gotta go like that every few seconds. You know? Yeah, it's all right.
I'm always at work doing that. People look at me like, "What are you doing?"
No, it's just probably just your face. Like, ooh.
Yeah, well, I can't win them all, right, guys?
Yeah. All right. So our final question. Boy. So there's a scene. I call it the moon scene because it's kind of cool. Where the plants are fighting on what's called the Polder Island, which is the original land of where they've built these giant buildings and stuff like that. And the developers, SoCa Development, they word their stuff so flavorfully, if I can say it that way. So it's like they're explaining to you how that area came to be the way it was. And within that, you got the plants that are fighting over whose seeds are going to be where, what space, and who's going to take up that space. there's what, the elderberry, and there's a shrub it's fighting with, and it later William explains that polar area, there were swarms of bugs for the people of that first settlement. So the people who were first there in that area before it became, what we know it as in the game, this big giant industrial area. There's a downtown. The buildings are sky high. Kind of probably looks like New York or something.
Did they say like flies?
Yeah, the flies started to mate in the swamp and started to come towards the first settlers there. And it said to the point where the only line of vision people had while driving was their windshield wipers, so they can only get a few seconds of sight because there's so many flies.
That is scary.
That's nasty.
That is really scary because, especially if it's at nighttime.
Yeah,
that's really creepy. We have mayflies here. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what mayflies are, but if you don't know what it is, go to your Google and look it up. These things are gross. They smell so really bad. But they live in the water. They lay their eggs in the water, and then
they come out during
They come.
And
well, it's June.
May, June.
They call them mayflies, but they come in June. And then June bugs come in May.
That's kind of ass backwards.
I know. Yeah. But
in Philly, we don't have that. We just got mosquitoes. And mosquitoes here in Minnesota are 3 times the size of the ones in Philly. So we got little tiny things like that out here. They're like fucking the size of birds trying to chase you down.
They are. They're so big.
Yeah. So mayflies, yeah, that's the best way to explain what's happening in the game.
That's what they do.
They swarm.
They seriously do. I'm serious, guys. Just look it up. You'll see so many pictures of these things, and they smell, and they're just annoying. They don't bite. There's no purpose. Don't have stomachs. There's no purpose of them.
They're for frogs.
Yeah.
Feed the frogs and the fish. That's about it. Like, they can't hurt you. Like, I went to the gas station the other day, and I seen a girl wearing all white just like I was, and they were chasing her because they're attracted to the light. Think of them like crack-headed moths. They just go at anything. They got these little twin tails on the end and these little giant wings. Like, the wings probably weigh more than they do. They don't have stomachs. They don't have mouths or teeth.
But they're very ugly.
They're ugly as hell. Kind of like this dog over here who keeps bumping me.
Yeah, she's
kind of freaky looking.
She searches for attention. She's not getting it right now.
We tell her we love her so that she doesn't feel different. That's how you do it, people. So our question.
We kind of got off topic. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think the scene of the moon about the flies is a metaphor for humans taking over everything?
Honestly, in a way, yes. Just because a lot of the things that we're responsible for, we're responsible for, like, this whole global warming thing, or whatever. And I feel honestly like everybody knows 2020 has been crazy. It's been eventful. Yeah. And I think that us as humans, we have every little bit of responsibility for what has been going on, what has happened, Clearly, we all know about the COVID-19. Yeah. That's kicking our butts right now. Yeah. And I feel like maybe if we did a little bit more, instead of bitching about shit,
things we have no control over.
Yes, then we might actually be able to come together more to help the situation a little better. Mm-hmm. So, and then it's like with the food that we eat, we're always eating like fast food and stuff that's not really healthy for us to be eating. And it's mainly because it's fast and it's efficient and we don't gotta cook at home, or you know what I mean. And then if you think about it, that leads to what? All these different problems that we have within our bodies.
And then we pass it on to our kids.
Yeah. And
then, like, I remember, sorry to cut you off. I remember a conversation I saw on Facebook. someone was saying that back in the old days, we didn't have every child being diagnosed with all these problems, autism, ADD, ADHD, in the case of my beloved sister, things that go beyond that children shouldn't have to struggle with. I have a few friends themselves that are schizophrenic, and they're the best fucking people in the world. They're so insightful, but because we give them these labels and these names, we tend to treat them differently because that's the way we were taught, that these things aren't supposed to be this way. There's no way. The further the human race goes, the more things we're going to learn. The more crazy poisonous shit that we ingest in our water, in our food, the things we cook with. We know these companies are cutting corners with grade D meat. Right. They're probably using dirt in it, but hey, it's McDonald's, so let's go. Why not?
Mm-hmm. And then they use fillers that have certain flavors, so it doesn't taste like we're putting something poisonous in our body.
And we don't even think about it. It doesn't register.
We don't think about it. We just automatically just
consume.
Whatever. Like frozen pizzas, for instance. You go to the
they put
store,
preservatives in it.
The cheese ain't real, people. The cheese and the meat is not real. It is all synthetic material that we're putting in our bodies. Do you know that the mini muffins you guys actually get at the grocery store, you can actually put in a strainer, put water in it, and there's pieces of plastic in those strainers after you're done? Yes!
That's disgusting.
But we like
That's
the
why
taste.
I don't eat mini muffins.
I'm just saying. We like the taste of it because it tastes good to us. It's
that chemical.
It sends something to our brains that's telling us, okay, we need to indulge in this, we need to keep eating this, or whatever the case may have you. A lot of the things that go on in this world, it is our responsibility. All of these animals that are dying, like the forest that was going on with the not the pandas, I'm sorry, the koala bears. That's a big part of us too. Obviously, we can't control how the weather is per se, but we play a big part in it. Like all of these factories that have pollution, that's a big thing. But guess what? What is the factories making? Mini muffins. Frozen pizzas. But for real, think about it.
It's true. And it's
about
sad
it
because it's like okay, I'm pro-life and all that. I feel like your body, your decision, you do what you want. But there are some cases where people are being taken advantage of, being told, if you sell parts of this type of land, we'll renovate it and make it into this type of an area and etc. And in all reality, that's not their goal. They're just bullshitting you. They want you to sign that paper. Once you sign that paper, that's it. I was told a long time ago that a friend of mine had 100 and something acres of land in the outskirts of Philly. He was approached and told that, if you give us some of the deeds to your place, to your land, we're gonna build, what was it? He was told a school and all this other shit that would benefit the area. So of course he's like, okay, if this is what you're really doing, let's go for this, But at the end, they ended up building a fucking mall.
You know what?
What the fuck do we need a mall for?
It's kind of like, okay, another spoiler alert. Do you remember when we watched True Blood and Hoyt's mom had that guy come to the house and they were trying to sell the house because her land was on...
It was on a gas thing, wasn't it?
It was oil.
Oil. Yeah.
Oil.
Yep.
And they wanted her land and her house so they could sell her this oil. But they weren't telling her the truth about it. And it was for what was it, 100,000 something or whatever dollars for this, that. And that's in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Where it's at. So I'm not sure on how much is a lot in Louisiana. Clearly we live in Minnesota, but
yeah.
I mean, back in them days, I'm pretty sure that was pretty hefty, But that kind of plays a big part in it too.
Yeah. Taking advantage of people,
Back to what we were saying about about the flies. Like,
consuming, you are just everywhere. It doesn't matter. In the game, there's a scene that kind of particularly grossed me out, that there were so many flies. The children were sweeping them up into the snow, putting them in fucking snowballs, and throwing them at each other. It feels like a metaphor that when we become so immune
that doesn't bother us
the
anymore.
Things that should play some type of role of warning us, so to speak, because we're immune to it, it doesn't bother us.
Right.
These kids are playing with dead fucking flies.
Right.
The first thing I do with a dead fly is I tell my cat, hey, come here, come on, cereal, protein, come eat this thing, or chuck it in the toilet for the fish.
95% of the time, you don't even eat it. But,
Yeah, so it's like, I feel that the fly scene in there has a lot of significance, or can be interpreted as significance for the human race. We just
it is.
Destroy shit. We take over. We create normality with drugs and all these different things, to the point where it's like, I'm pretty sure a lot of other countries are laughing at us, not just for the president that we have in office, not just for the laws that we have, for the civil rights movement we have. It's 2020 and we're still in this same space that my great-great-great-grandmother and grandfather fought for. Come on, people. You can't be that damn dumb and that damn ignorant. How would you like it if someone came up to you based on your blue eyes or your light skin and was ignorant towards you, followed you around stores, called the cops on you? Come on now. Put those shoes on your feet. Put yourself in that place. I'm not saying it's not people that are out there that are bad, but based on their race, that's just dumb.
That's kind of like when we had, like, Hitler.
Yeah.
The Holocaust is pretty much what it was about, basically.
And people are so ignorant to it because, like the flies, they're immune to it. See? They've seen it so much that they block it out. I don't want to hear it. It's racist. I'm not dealing with it. I'm just going to slink it to the back of my chair. That's not happening. That's not racist. Let me just hide some more when people start to come back at me. I'm dipping and dodging in the fucking comment section. It's come on. Just come on. We are those fucking flies.
Yeah, we are.
We really are. And it's sad to say that we could handle so many things without being ignorant. We can handle, we could have handled COVID differently.
I agree with you. And actually, we had this conversation at work today. And my opinions is different than some people at work's opinions on it, and a lot of the people that were working did not really like my opinion. And obviously, you work with people, things get heated, and things got a little heated. But I understand if you need, like, doctor's offices open, police force, medical stuff, like, that's fine. But I think, wasn't it Hong Kong, I think? They, like, wiped out almost completely every case that they had.
Yep,
for 2 weeks, they had nothing open. Nothing was, everybody was supposed to be inside. They quarantined everybody.
Yeah, and I think France was like that, too. They just shut everything down, and look at us. Us and probably Puerto Rico and a few other places are leading the cases for so many deaths.
And I also heard that, I think it was Florida. Yeah. Was pretty bad. And then
but then they were saying supposedly the numbers were falsified. They were pushing shit up by 80 to 90%. Supposedly it's not really that bad. But I want to see the sick people.
But either way, like, there has been people that have died. A coworker of mine at work, his father-in-law passed away from it, and I
got some cousins that's dead from it. Fucking party in the middle of the shit, and one person was sick, spread like a wildfire, and they're all sick. 2 of them have passed already, and we're just waiting for the rest of them to fall off the face of the earth next. So it's not fake. It's not fake. It's not some stupid fucking media stunt.
I think how they made it, that's where it turned into something that was more severe. But if you have asthma and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Medical stuff. It hits harder because you already fight to breathe as it is. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, I heard
inhalers can't really do a whole lot when it comes to this, especially when
it's choking you from the inside. Basically. It's suffocating you in your fucking chest cavity.
Yeah.
You know, I had someone say, "Oh, there's a 90% recovery rate." Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people have been saying.
That's their defense. Okay, now let me spell this out for you. There have been grown ass men in their early 20s, 230s, and a few 40s. Built, muscle, strong as hell, smart as hell, dead. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter to it. It is a disease. It's going to kill you. And regardless how many people recover from it, we don't know if they can be reinfected and still reinfect somebody else close to them.
Or if it's like a virus, like, I don't mean to be gross, but like the herpes virus.
Yeah,
you can have outbreaks.
Lays in remission.
Exactly. So we don't know.
We don't know. It's still too anything early about it to tell. You know, even with China and all these other places that have been impacted by this, you know, we still don't have enough research that can tell us otherwise. You know, do mosquitoes carry it? You know, we've been supposedly told that they don't.
But then we also was told that too when the West Nile came out.
Exactly. And then what did the little fuckers carry? The West Nile.
But I feel like, honestly, when we have another virus that goes on or something that happens, we just like automatically
shrug it off.
And then it's like something else comes. Just like when the swine flu happened. That just went away. Where did it go?
Yeah. So every year we want to believe that it'll just vanish. No, that's not always going to be the case. I think two things. Honestly, I'm being 100% dead with you. This can either be man-made or nature. And if nature is running its course, if you have seen that happening, nature always wins. She's going to get her vengeance.
Or if you watch, what is it? The Outbreak.
The Outbreak, yeah.
It's on Netflix, guys. It's pretty much what's going on with COVID-19 is that movie. There's like obviously a few things that are not as drastic in that movie, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Pretty fucking close. And when this all came down, it was streaming, wasn't it?
It was number one.
Yep.
Everybody was watching it.
Because there's so much similarity. We watched it. You bet your ass we did.
We watched it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Because it's so ironic that everything that was happening in this movie has pretty much already happened or is going on now.
Yeah. And it's pretty thick. But like those flies, we are just everywhere. We cause so much damage. And how do we replace the damage that we've done? You know, melting of the polar caps and all of that. We have shortages of water, and that's what makes me feel like this is man-made, because it's like we are overpopulated. And I remember I saw something online that said like the new generation was saying, "Oh, we need like some new flu or whatever to wipe out all the old people," and sadly, that's what COVID-19 is kind of doing. It's kind of wiping out our older generations.
A lot of people were saying that like we needed a new plague because we're overpopulated, which yes, we are overpopulated. Like a lot of the states and everything, we are very overpopulated because a lot of people are having children at a very young age. That makes it harder for everything to
our resources. We just don't have enough resources. There's not enough money. You know, you need to have, in order to afford a house, you need 2 or 3 people living in that house. They all better have full-time jobs and maybe a side part-time job, and you can't have kids. You got kids, shit, you on your own. You know, you can always apply for state help. But
a lot of people are getting denied just because there's too many people already using it. Yeah. And there's only so much money to go around.
Exactly.
I feel like if everybody got the same amount.
Yeah, but you can't cater something like that to everybody.
No, I'm saying like if the people that actually needed it got the same amount, you know, the same number of people in that family got the same amount, not
like a base number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it would probably be a little bit easier to spread out those funds. Do you know what I mean? Like if a family of 4, okay, let you get
$1,500.
Yeah, every month that's what you get. True. And that, you know what I mean? I feel like that would be a little easier. But then there's the people that are so like this, you're used to it, you're accustomed to it.
Yep.
Why would you,
Yeah. Why would you?
And in all reality, the thing that gets me is originally when we had like that system, like the welfare system. I don't know if it's called the welfare system anymore.
Probably.
But when I was growing up, it was the welfare system.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be like a temporary thing for every family to have it be temporary.
What is it, like 10, 13 months or some shit like that?
Yeah, something like that, like a year.
And in certain cases, it's like 5 years.
Yeah, depending on how young your kids are or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when we were growing up, we were on welfare. Like, my dad and my mom, they split, and when my dad got custody of us, we were on welfare. But when my parents were battling and my mom needed some help with taking care of them, I have 2 siblings, so there was 3 of us, and we were all under the age of 10 at this time. I think I was like 4 or 5, and my mom was working 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, and my grandma actually would watch us for my mom. And she went to the county one day and she was wanting help.
Yeah.
And they told my mom to quit her job and then they could help. And I'm like, she told me that when I became an adult. And it made me sick to my stomach because it's like, she's a single mom of 3 kids.
Yeah. Or should she have to put
under
herself
10
in that position to receive assistance?
And it was less than what she was actually making at working.
Yeah. I can see it. It's like people, like those damn flies, we consume.
Flies.
We get the idea in our head, and I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself, literally. We like to believe that everybody should be treated equal. I think as far as human rights go, yes, I am no different than you. So what? I'm a little darker. That don't mean shit.
Hey, I have an idea.
What?
Maybe we should make a little cut on us and see what color comes out.
I got $10. It's gonna be red.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be red, you guys.
Looks like we're the same. I shit. Do you shit?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I love food. Do you love food?
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. Looks like the same to me. But back to my point. We like to have everybody be treated equal. Like if you have a job, then you can support yourself. That's not always the case. A person who might not be in a position to have a job can't support themselves the same way that a person with a job can, and vice versa. The person without a job might have more free time and all this, that, and the other, but when they have kids, they might not feel comfortable with sending their kids to daycare. So we as the public, in certain cases, we judge that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have no job, you have no life, you have no this, that, and the other. Okay, well, do you want me to put my kids in a garbage truck and go work at Target for you? Because you're not paying my fucking bills. It ain't coming out your pocket.
That's also another thing to where we assume. Yeah. Like, these places, we have all heard stories about daycare places and, whatever. We've all heard of these. And this is one of the things where my sister was really scared to send her girls to daycare because of all the things, And that's like another thing. It's a stereotypic thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All daycares are evil.
Yeah. But, and it's not,
stigma.
Per se, it's not the daycare. It's the people. Certain people that are working there that make it harder for all these other places that actually care about the kids that they're
people
watching.
Don't want to take that chance. Once you, like they say, a spoiled apple ruins the bunch or however that goes.
Something like that.
And it's the same as a race case. You have one, brown skinned guy who commits a crime, so now all of them are felons. You know, you get one white guy who's a rapist, and all white men are rapists. You know, we tend to you know,
or we have
tunnel
one
vision.
we have one cop that kills a black man.
So now all of them are bad.
It,
I'm for both lives.
Yeah.
Life is life. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a shit if you're orange, brown, khaki, dragon, pillow, fucking fruit, pen. I don't care. You breathe, I breathe, you know? So we should be able to open up our minds a little bit more so that we can stop being those fucking flies, people. We got to do better than this. And by playing the Raintime, I swear it will give you a brand new appreciation, not just for yourself, but the reality that is around you. And the further we go into these chapters, we'll talk more about this. So yeah, I
think it's a big thing, but it starts with everybody.
Yeah.
It does. You know, everything that 2020 has been throwing to us, you guys.
It's testing us.
You guys, it's not even August, and look at how many things have happened. You know, and a lot of people, I don't think they understand it. A lot of people don't understand like what it is like to be black, or what it's like to be, you know, in a relationship that is two different colors. You know, we still get looked at all the time. You know, we have a mixed race child, so when we are all together, there's a lot of people that like look at us like.
I had a lady come up to me and ask me if I adopted my own blood child.
Yeah. And I had a lady, one of the workers at our Walmart here, asked me if she was my kid. Like, if I gave birth to her. And it's like...
kind of personal. For your fucking business.
Why would you ask me that?
Like, I get it. Some of us want to be curious. You know, we haven't experienced... Like, a lot of people are so shut in and controlled by the little square television in front of them that they think what they see in these movies and on these news documents is what reality is. So when they step out into reality, there's that tunnel vision. You know, they're only seeing what they know in front of them. They're not seeing those outside visors, those visions that are there. Right. They're like, okay, you know, I seen this in a movie, you know, it's got to be like this. And then when they're fucking slammed and projected into a wall, they're like, holy shit, it's nothing like what I thought it was.
I had a regular customer always come in all the time. It was like a few years ago when this happened, but she had adopted a little boy from Africa. Like, he's a little bit darker than normal people that do like come from actual Africa, like move to, you know, United States. And so a lot of people would look at them differently, and the little boy is so cute. Okay, I just want to say that. Freaking adorable. He's like, I think 5 or 6 now. But when he was a baby, like she got him when he was like, I think like not even a month old. Like, he was so tiny. And she was telling me stories about like people asking her like where she got him and if she stole him from someone and like all these different things. And it's just like, mind your own business. Yeah. Mind your business, you know?
Yeah. But by doing that, they'll never know. So it's like those how do you blur that line? How do you ask a question? So I guess this can be my topic.
I think it's not the question that's being asked. I think it's the way you're asking it.
Yeah. How do you ask something without it coming off too fucking ignorant?
I think it has to do with your tone and how you do approach that person. Like if I go to you and be like, "Why are you wearing that?" versus when I be like, "Why are you wearing that shirt today?" Or, you know what I mean? Like,
it's how you it
depends on whatever.
Like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Yeah.
I like what you're wearing. Where'd you get that from? If you gotta be fake about it, that's all right. You know, I mean, I could say there's been plenty of times I've seen somebody wear some crazy shit.
I got it from Maurice's, okay?
You know, and I'm just like, I could be an asshole.
Yeah.
Or I could be a little bit of a snake. Walk up to him. I like your shirt. Where you get that from? And they'll be like, oh, I got it from so-and-so. I'm like, yeah, you rocking that. Knowing damn well in my head, I'm like, please take that shit off. But I'm ensuring that one, I'm encouraging somebody else because she might have had body images herself.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna add to that pain. Why add to somebody else's pain? Like you said earlier, we don't know what somebody is going through.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't know their story. We
She
don't know
could have been
anybody's story.
ready to jump off a fucking bridge 2 days before.
Yeah.
And by me complimenting her, even if I personally would not wear it, you're not gonna see me in a halter top with my tits hanging out. I like my dark clothes and my red. You guys already know that if you watch my streams. It might not be my personal taste, but because it's not my personal taste doesn't mean I have to talk down to somebody else because it's theirs. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
So what can we take from all this? We'll do a little overview. No matter how many lies you've told in your life, which is probably an ass load of them, no matter how drunk you've gotten the night before and don't remember, or how much of like flies the human population really is, and we continue to get these chance after chance after chances to fix things and we fumble it and fuck it up, there is always a way to fix it. But it starts with you.
Yeah.
And William, our main character from the Raintime, is teaching us that. He battles with his alcoholism. He might not know it. I know it. But he's dealing with it, you know, in the best way that he knows how. How does he deal with every day? By going to drink, dancing with his friends. He's hanging out with them, although I can't say too much, but eventually he kind of hates them. But that's aside the point. There's always some rainbow that we can pull over in the end. And part of that is if you can accept yourself, imagine the things that you could do for so many other people. Step outside your bubble. Step outside your world, your reality, and go into somebody else's shoes. It doesn't matter what color they are. I'm going to go over that again. What religion, you know, shit. My father, who ditched me when I was 2, studies religion.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
And I think, not because you just said that, and you and your dad have talked kind of, anybody can change who they are for whatever good or reason. Bad.
Yeah.
But the people that are doing the things that they're doing, that are the people that are making things worse
for the rest of us.
Yeah. I think that change yourself.
Look in the mirror.
To be a little better. You know, like with the rioting and stuff like that, people just see that what's happening.
They see what they're being told. They're not
see,
there.
Well, they see the damages. Then they see, you know, the people blocking traffic, which I get. People that are in emergencies can't get through, and that is a problem.
Yeah.
But what are they standing for?
Yeah.
What are they doing this for?
If it enrages you that somebody is standing in traffic in front of you, blocking you from getting to your nice little comfy 9-to-5 job, imagine the people who are harassed by bad cops and just bad people in general and are outraged. That same rage you feel to want to mow them down is the exact same rage other people feel wanting to get help. This is particularly in the case of, you know, me being a kid. I was arrested. I'm not ashamed. I started a fucking riot. And we whooped some ass, okay? That's just how my family is.
You know what, though? That was a whole different situation.
But it falls in the same category.
Because you guys had a legit reasoning on why it went down.
Yeah, we definitely did. But in that case no, things didn't get out of hand with the cops. I might have got slammed on a car. I kind of deserved it. Might have did a little more than what I should have been doing. But in the case where those things do go wrong and somebody is using excessive force, it's not that people are saying cops don't matter or anything like that. Nobody's saying that. You're putting words in people's mouths.
No.
It's the bad cops who are taking and over extruding their power over other people. You have a gun. You have a taser. You have a vest on, because cops always have to hold on to their vest because you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, it's their legal obligation.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these things. You got a partner to back you up. I'm a single person. What the hell could I possibly do to piss you off, to make you feel like the only way to affirm what's going on and make yourself feel bigger than me is to either pull your gun on me or to tase me until I pass out, and probably send so many volts of electricity to my fucking brain, I'm gonna be a vegetable for the rest of my life.
Yeah. It's a problem, people.
The
And a lot of
faster
people
you see it,
don't realize it.
the faster we can come back from this. It doesn't have to be this way. Every day we have a choice, just like in this game. You have a choice.
Yeah.
We don't all wake up every day saying, you know, I'm gonna go kill somebody. I mean, not all of us, at least. You know, mass shooters, their minds are a little bit different. But us, I won't say mentally normal. That's not a
because
thing.
that might trigger somebody.
Yeah, I don't mean it that way.
It's
those of us who don't have killer impulses. We'll go with that.
Or people that just don't have those thoughts.
Yeah, those thoughts. We don't think, I'm going to kill somebody today. I'm going to take somebody's life, ruin their family, and possibly put my own family at danger, because we live in a world where Anonymous is around. Power to those people. You can't see it, but power to them. Who will release your information. They will stalk your family, hunt you down, and everybody else that got something to do with it.
Well, it's just like that.
Nobody's thinking that, you know?
I don't know if anybody had heard about it, but Minnesota has one of the biggest malls in, like, the United States of America. MOA, Mall of America. But it was, almost 2 years ago now? About 2 years? A little boy actually got thrown from the 3rd story. His man picked him up and just chucked him over. He was...
Yeah, he came there with an intent to kill. How old was he, 4? He was like between 3 and 5.
Yeah, something like that. And he was in intensive care for a long time, but he told the cops, like, I came to kill somebody today.
He said he wanted an adult, but when he saw opportunity with that little boy, you know, I'm happy that the family's all right, hopefully.
They are very okay. So, and he is not even in the hospital anymore, and all his brain functioning, I had heard that...
He's pretty good, so...
He's walking again.
Strong
doing
little kid.
That stuff. So,
and that's good, you know? We not all of us think like that. But in the cases of people who do, we should be able to somehow find a way to spot those things so that we can get them help. It's not their fault. Not all the time. Some people are just born that way.
But even then, I do feel like no matter what that crime is, obviously something's wrong with that person to make them do that.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to get them people help.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get help.
Exactly, and that's when things like this transpire. They might have, you know, if you feel like somebody around you is giving off a certain vibe that they normally wouldn't, they might seem more distant, more dark in humor. You know, I'm not saying some people are just naturally like that. I have very dark, thick humor.
We have weird conversations.
Very strange.
Weird conversations.
But if you do feel like somebody you know, their entire personality has shifted, they might need help.
Yeah.
In their own way, they really might need it. You might feel like they're going to be angry with you for a very long time, but find that silver lining. Get them some help, because it could just end up being you saving somebody else's life. Because if that cord snaps, we all have had that. We've all had a rageful moment, even if it's, you know, in traffic. You know, you might be the most smiley, bubbly person, and as soon as somebody cuts you off, you son of a bitch, and you're like, whoa, Samantha, chill out, man. You know,
Samantha.
But yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up. We're pushing our time.
Oh yeah, we went over by 10 minutes. You guys.
I mean, it all circles back to this game for me, because I've played through the whole thing, and I see how things can make an impact when you change and alter not just your destiny but the people that are around you. And I think that yeah, we should be more mindful, and you should totally watch me play this game. It's a graphic novel. If you got some time on your way to work, I mean, I butcher the words horribly, so you can laugh at me. I laugh at me. I struggle with reading aloud. In my head, I can read about 500 words a minute. I read very quickly, but aloud is what I'm trying to fix. You know.
I have that problem too.
Yeah.
Like in my head, I can.
Oh yeah.
I can just go, but like if I'm reading out loud to like you or whatever, I'm like, wait, what is this word?
Mm-hmm.
It would be something so simple that I already know the word to.
Oh, that word is this. Gotcha. Okay. But that's what it feels like, you know. It's like it's for me. It's an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of just it creeps over your shoulder and hangs out right there. What's up, guys?
It's like that smoking commercial with the that monkey or whatever, like that smoking commercial. It was like a long time ago.
Well, we'll have to find it and put the link below.
Yeah.
If you've made it thus far, thank you. Leave comments on what you think of our 3 questions.
Yeah, we got a little out of hand there,
yeah, but I mean, like I said,
it
comes full circle. It works. It gives me something to add to the channel and include people into it. Yeah, I want to see what you guys think, what you guys feel. If you do have a racist point of view, let me tell you this now. I'm not for it. You will get deleted. Just straight away. Yeah. You will get deleted. I will not allow ignorance. We're here to have a non-aggressive conversation. Everybody has their own opinion, and I respect that. Like I said, you know, but with whatever you say, there are also consequences. So if you start talking crazy, no one's gonna see your comment. I'll delete it before YouTube even thinks to post it. So even if you have a racist point of view, watch your tone. That's all I can tell you. I don't mind having those types of conversations, and then eventually we can release some videos where we go over the comments.
Yeah,
so you could be a lucky person chosen, racist or not. We might choose you.
Maybe.
I don't. So have a good day. Thank you for doing this with us, and thank you for making it on time and showing up.
Yeah. No problem.
This is #Liizen, and have a good night, guys.
Bye.